Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your Midday News Fix for Tuesday, the 1st of October. Israel's defence minister has reportedly said the next stage of its fight against Hezbollah is imminent. The BBC reports Hezbollah's deputy leader says they are ready for an Israeli ground offensive. US State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller says they're holding continuous conversations with Israel about potential ground operations.
I've seen reports about ground operations. We've had some conversations with them about that. They have, at this time, told us that those are limited operations focused on Hezbollah infrastructure near the border.
Supermarket giant Foodstuffs has been denied permission to merge its North Island and South Island cooperatives. The Commerce Commission has found the merger would be a permanent structural change to the grocery industry that could substantially lessen competition. Here's business reporter Michael Sergel.
The Foodstuffs Co-ops own the New World, Pack and Save and Foursquare brands. The competition watchdog says allowing them to merge would give them too much buying power, making it harder for suppliers to negotiate prices and harder for other grocery retailers to compete. It also claims the merger would increase the chance of Foodstuffs and Woolworths carrying out price coordination.
Shane Jones admits not everyone is on board with the government's plan to restart oil and gas exploration. Submissions on the plan closed tonight. The Resources Minister says he's happy to engage with people he disagrees with, including a group of climate protesters he encountered in central Wellington yesterday.
Yeah, I crossed the road and they saw me and gave me a blast, but hey, they're entitled to their views. And I think Kiwis want to see someone put an alternative view to these frog-loving, lizard-obsessive characters.
The government's announced a $30 million fund to share costs with councils and landowners for cleaning up hundreds of historical landfills. Projects include cleaning up sawdust fill at Nelson's Tahunanui Beach, there since the 1960s. Changes kicking in from today will see pay parity no longer extended to ECE relief teachers. Meanwhile, most tourists coming to New Zealand will have to pay a higher levy, and people misusing disabled car parks will be stung with a harsher fine. Here's senior political reporter Sophie Trigger.
October's bringing a suite of changes. Among them, penalties for abusing mobility parks have been hiked fivefold to $750, and international visitor levies nearly tripled to $100. Pay parity will no longer cover early education relief teachers, which Associate Education Minister David Seymour says had become an administrative burden that's driven up costs.
Defence ministers from Australia and the South Pacific have arrived in New Zealand to talk about the region's security. They're taking part in a new annual Defence Ministers meeting. About 3,500 properties in the Mackenzie Basin are expected to be without power until later tonight. A crop-dusting helicopter cut transmission lines after its boom landed on lines yesterday morning. To sport, most of the All Whites' big names will be present when their road to the 2026 Football World Cup starts in Tahiti later this month. Confirmation Michael Maguire is vacating his role as coach of the New South Wales State of Origin side to take over at the Brisbane Broncos. The Black Ferns are avoiding painting a bleak picture after a shock loss to Ireland to start their campaign in rugby's WXV1 tournament. And top Kiwi squash players Paul Cole and Joel King have both suffered first-round defeats at the latest PSA World event in Qatar. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.